Now the next sutta is 4.10.95. The Buddha said, monks, these 4 persons are found existing in the world. What for? He who is bent neither on his own profit nor on the profit of another. He who is bent on another's profit, but not on his own. He who is bent on his own profit, not another's. And he who is bent on the profit both of himself and of another. Just as monks, a firebrand from a funeral pyre, blazing at both ends and in the middle smeared with dung, serves no purpose as fuel in village or as timber in forest. Using such a figure do I speak of this person who is bent neither on his own profit nor on another's. Then monks, this person who is bent on another's profit but not his own is more excellent and exalted of these 2 persons. Again monks, this person who is bent on his own profit, not another's, is more excellent and exalted of these 3 persons. Whereas he who is bent on the profit both of self and of another is of these 4 persons chief and best, topmost, highest and supreme. Just as monks, from a cow comes milk, from milk cream, from cream butter, from butter ghee, from ghee the skimmings of ghee, and that is reckoned the best. Even so, this person who is bent on his own profit as well as on the profit of another is of these 4 persons chief and best, topmost, highest and supreme. These 4 persons, monks, are found existing in the world. This sutta is about, refers to the spiritual path, because the next sutta, sutta number 96, explains that a person bent on his own profit, not on another's profit, is a person who practices the restraint of passion, hatred and delusion, but does not encourage another person to practice the restraint of passion, hatred and delusion. So you can see that this sutta is concerned with the spiritual path, and you notice the first one, he's bent neither to his own profit or on another's profit. That means he does not cultivate himself and does not encourage another person to cultivate himself. This is a useless person, just like a piece of wood from a funeral pyre that's already smoking and burning. It can't be used as fuel, and it also cannot be used as timber. Then the second person is slightly better. The second person is bent on another's profit but not on his own. That means he encourages another person to cultivate himself, but he does not cultivate his own self. He's slightly better. And the third person, who is even better, is a person who is bent on his own profit but not another's. That means he cultivates himself, but he does not encourage another person to improve himself. And the best is the person who cultivates himself as well as encourages other people to improve themselves spiritually. So from this sutta you find an interesting point here is that the second person is the one who is bent on another's profit but not of his own is lower than the person who is bent on his own profit but not another's. In other words, the Buddha is saying that if we practice the spiritual path ourselves but not encourage others to practice, this is better than another person who does not practice to cultivate himself, but he encourages other people to practice. Why? Because this is something that some people find difficult to understand, because some people, they have the idea that a person who cultivates himself, for example, a person who meditates, stays alone to meditate, that he's selfish. Whereas another person who is helping other people but not himself, he is better. But in the Buddha's teaching, this is not so, because basically most people, we love ourselves the most of all the persons in the world because of our ego. There's nobody we are more concerned with than the self. This is pointed out in another sutta later, we'll come across. So if we say that we are only concerned with other people's good, but not of ourselves, and trying to think to go around helping other people, but not yourself, then in a way you are kind of bluffing yourself, because there's no person more important to you than your own self. And we have to recognize this. So if we cultivate ourselves, then later we can help other people also. But of course, if you can do both, that is the very best.